Hi everyone, Mountain of Roses. I am Olmedo from the College Department of RHMC, taking the course of a BSOA or the Bachelor of Science in Office Administration. And now, I will be sharing my math autobiography in this video. Mathematics is not the easiest nor the simplest subject we have to learn, and when things get hard, people even tend to surrender. I do sometimes think that I'm bad at math is just a myth. Why? Because the basic ability in math is not the product of good genes, but hard work. In my early years of school, especially in elementary, I had never taken much of loving math subject. Some teachers I have encountered were not very likable, the classes were rather boring, and the material could be very difficult, not only to learn and comprehend, but to recall when it was time to take the big quizzes that were worth huge amounts of my grade. Despite this, I did relatively well in my math classes. Although I cannot call myself as a math wizard, I know that there were also a part of me that is willing to learn and learn and learn, or even 100 times of learning just for me to understand the topic being discussed. Based on my past experiences, one of my biggest fears were the oral quizzes because I honestly tend to do better on paper when it comes to explaining things rather than discussing in front of my classmates. I don't know. Maybe I'm afraid that I might be discussing wrong explanations and I'm not ready. How would some students or teachers would react or judge my performance? But I believe that the more I use them, the more I will learn and familiar they will be. Or I could just search for tutorials on the internet, and I can also even ask for my friends' assistance. Although I have math decent skills, I can always improve and get better. To do this, I must work hard in my math classes and learn as much as possible to become even smarter. As we all know, no matter how we struggled so hard, there were still good things that will happen after. My best experiences in math are the times when I was complimented by my classmates and teachers for having the first correct answer, or having big and even perfect scores, teaching my other classmates when they approached me because they didn't understand some part of our teacher's discussion, and it feels even better when I knew that they've got perfect scores because I was the one who taught them. I also experienced becoming leader in a group, and I felt overwhelmed because our teachers and my group mates indeed trusted me, so I did my best to not fail their expectations towards me. One of my latest experiences about me explaining to my classmates our math discussion is when we had our new enrollee classmates. Their first night of class were a quiz night for us, which was about proving Fibonacci. They were so worried because they didn't know how to start since they had no idea how to answer it. So I did a selfless act by disregarding mine first and chose to teach them. I explained to them how the Fibonacci topic works until they understand it. I was in doubt at first because, as what I have said earlier, I am not a math wizard. So I told one of them to approach Miss Macachor and let her check their answers, which were based on their understandings after my explanations to them. And to my surprise, all of those were correct. When the whole class finished answering, including me, we had our clockwise exchanging of papers. Unexpectedly, I got a perfect score as well as those two students that I helped to answer. Of course, I cannot say that they copied mine because each of us should have different values of Fibonacci terms or numbers to use for proving if it's true or false. After all I had been in my math classes, I began to notice something. I was enjoying it. What had once been the worst part of my day was now one of the best. I couldn't believe it, but I was actually looking forward to do great in every math classes. I guess that will be all. Thank you.